Hi y'all, it's me. If you're seeing this, it means it worked because I had to refilm and re-prep the whole thing because of, I don't know what reason, my video was just not loading. So I'm recording it all over and starting from scratch again. Anyhow, I'm going to a crop tomorrow, and I'm going to be working on a smash book I'm making for my daughter. And I wanted to include some kind of a pocket, but I didn't know what kind or how I was going to do it. So I took out some paper bags and I started playing with them. And I came upon a couple of pockets, and I wanted to share those with you and how they're made because they're really kind of nice, actually. Um, this I used a purple lunch sack to make, and I'll show you how I do it. Basically, it has a journaling place here, and then a photo mat or a journaling place there, and then the big tag that comes out of the bag. And since this is for my daughter's smash book, I included lined paper on the inside, but you could do photos if you wanted to. And then on the other side of it, you have the repeat. You have the journaling and the photo mat place there. And then what's really nice about it is the way I folded it, the bags actually make the binding area, so you can actually bind this and it won't affect the functionality of the bag. So what I wanted to show you really quick, and I'll show you where this comes into play in just a moment. There's going to be a part I show you where I explain about this area here, and I don't have it sealed, so the tag essentially could go over that way. However, I figured the binding is going to prevent that from happening, but I'll show you how to prevent that also if you don't want that to happen to yours. You could actually stack a bunch of these together and make a mini book out of them. I think they'd be really cute. So let me go ahead and show you how this one was made. I need to start with a paper bag, which is here. And the first thing I want to do is show you how to make the binding area. I'm just going to fold that down, that flap, just to get it a little bit out of my way. I'm going to go ahead and open the bag up like this. And then what we need to do is right in the area where the V is, you can see it in this, right here in this area, you can see where the V is in this gusset. And there's a line that goes across right here. That's the line we need to cut. So what I found was easiest is just to stick my scissors down in there and do half. You just want to go to the edge there. You don't want to go any further, and then flip it over the other way since I'm right-handed, and go this way to that and stop. Now instead of pushing it back in, you're going to be pushing that area out, and that's what's going to make the binding area that you need for your book. The next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to cut, and I'm not giving you any measurements because everything is dependent upon what size bag you're using, so I really didn't think measurements would be necessary. You can kind of just figure this out on your own. I'll mention a couple along the way that might be helpful. Okay, when I showed you that area on the purple one that I made, and I told you how the tag could slide over, if you don't want that to happen, right now what you would need to do is cut this down the center here. Open it up, and you would apply a strip of sticky tape right in here, right along that edge, but not covering that crease, just on the other side of it. So you would put sticky strip there. That would prevent that tag from being able to slide over. I don't want to go through all that because to me, like I said, the binding will take care of that. I cut a 1/2-inch strip of really thin chipboard. It's really thin. It's a 1/2 inch, and it's going to be the length of my bag, whatever it is. Right now, I'm not going to worry about the length because I'll cut that down later. So what you want to do is apply sticky strip on one side, and then turn it over and apply sticky strip on the same, so that they're back to back, the sticky strip. You don't want to have one down here, one up here. So make sure they're both on the same edge. So you're going to go ahead and take that off. And sorry, I'm peeling off the strip here. And then you're going to apply that to your bag up against that line, but not crossing over that line. That's where your sticky strip will go, right there. So you want to go ahead and line that up really, really nicely. And what this is going to do is just going to give your binding extra sturdiness so that it won't rip as easily or anything. You're going to then take this piece here and you're going to fold it down over that piece there, and you're going to press it down right along that sticky strip that you put there, and that should form your binding. Now you can see I have a little white there showing. That's not a big deal, just chop it off. It's no biggie. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to determine what size you want your bag to be. I want mine to be 6 inches from this crease line right here. So I'm going to turn it in over this way, and I'm going to cut it at 6 inches from that fold. Okay, don't throw away this part because we're going to be using it right now. The next thing you want to do is you're going to want to apply sticky strip right here at this edge and over here at this edge on both sides of the bag. That's the first part. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your hole punch and you're going to want to make the area where your tab will be, where you'll be able to pull out your tag that's on the inside of the pocket. So I just kind of guess where the center is and punch that out. The next thing you want to do, that piece that I asked you not to throw away, you're going to save the 2 flat panels, the biggest ones of the bag. So just go ahead and cut those right out. These are actually going to be the parts that will help you form the pockets on the page. And, you know, instead of just throwing this in the trash, may as well use it. So, okay. The next thing you want to do is you're going to, I would right at this point cover this with pattern paper before doing this next step. I'm not going to do it because I just want to show you the assembly. You can do the rest later. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the piece that you've covered with pattern paper and lay it face down on top of the sticky strip that you've put here. And I might be able to get it off. And you just want to lay it right to the crease there and line it up. And it should, if you do it right, it should match very well because it's just the same size as your bag anyhow. And if it's not, you can always like trim it down a little bit where you need to. Like I probably should trim it a little there just to make it better. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. You can do that. It's not a big deal. And then what you want to do is you want to take your sticky strip again and put it on the back side of that paper you just adhered. And I know it's hard to see white on white, but we'll just make it work. Go ahead and peel that off. And then you're going to go ahead and press that down. And that forms your first set of 2 pockets right there. What I also wanted to tell you is before you do this piece here, you could probably do what I did. I took a hole punch, an edger, and I punched it first also before I put it there. So you can, those are just extra things you can do. You're going to do the same thing on this side. Flip it over, cover that piece with pattern paper, face down on the sticky strip that you have there. Add 2 more pieces of sticky strip. And like I said, this would be really cute if you made a whole bunch of them and bound them together as a mini book. It would be like a mini tag photo kind of book. I thought that'd be kind of cute. I'm going to try it actually one of these days here. You just want to fold that back up on itself like that. And you know, as I said, you're going to cover everything with pattern paper, so it'll work. You want to use your bone folder right here, but I have mine packed already for the crop. So anyway, that's how you make that particular pocket. And as I said, it's really cute, and this is really nice binding because it won't, you know, it'll be really stable. Plus you still get to use the pocket without that being an issue. So that was the first one. Now the second one came from that idea, only this is this size. And basically what I thought about when I was making that one was this one would be nice because it's using the bag also, and it has really nice binding on the end here. So you could actually put a bunch of these signatures together to make a nice bound book, and then you could also cover it if you didn't want to show them, but I think it's really nice looking. So you have this whole page here to journal or put photographs. You have this one here which has a pocket, so you could slide a tag or something in there. You have the regular part of the bag which has a tag inside of it also. So that's more journaling in photo place. You have another photo opportunity here, another pocket here, this space, and this space. So there's really quite a lot of opportunity for photos in this little thing here. You can also, if you're not going to make a mini book out of it, you can use it in, say, the Smash book in this format, and you would be able to bind it here, and then you'd lift it up and you'd have a page with a pocket. Now the only difference is that your pocket would be here, so your tag could potentially fall out, but in this case I would just put a small piece of Velcro on it to keep it closed, so that's not an issue. And then on this page you still have this 2 spaces, and I would just seal this one up because you would, you know, that would be facing downward as well. So I just seal it, but it can be used like in a Smash journal. I think it'd be great for a lot of extra space too. So let me show you how that one was done, and it's very similar to the first one that we just did. So it'll be quite easy for you. Okay, again, we're going to open our bag up. This time I'm using a paper bag, just a regular brown one. I'm going to open it up. We're going to find that straight line that I told you about earlier, which is right here at the V. I'm going to just get my scissors in there and start to cut it over to the seam right there. Turn it around and cut that over to the seam. And I'm going to push that edge out and flatten that down. Again, if you don't want that space to slide here, you can open these 2 pieces up, put a strip of sticky tape right in there in the middle between those 2 layers, and then put the layer back down. I'm not going to do that because I don't, like I said, I don't think it's necessary. And then I'm going to take my strip of 1/2 inch chipboard and go ahead and peel off the sticky strip. Remember to put it at the same edge on both sides. You're going to lay that down right up against that crease all the way down. And again, on this one I recommend do not cut it until you're done putting all your pattern paper on it, because you'll want all the edges to match. So I would just hold off on that until you're done. You're going to go ahead and fold over that top edge on top of the sticky strip that you just put down, and that's going to form your binding. And what's also really nice, which I didn't mention, the binding being up here is different. I've never seen anyone bind their books from the top. Everyone always binds their books from the side. So I thought this was a really nice way to bind the books from the top. Now if you weren't going to use it that way and you wanted to just do the signatures, then of course you wouldn't go through this step. You'd just go through the rest of the steps, just skipping this one. That's how I would do it anyway. So back to this. Now we've got our binding down. I would be covering everything with my pattern paper before adhering things down. You're going to need 2 pieces. This is just craft cardstock. You could use whatever kind you want, whatever color matches, and you want it to be the size from this fold right here on your bag to whatever length you are going to go. I know I'm going to cut it, so I don't care if these 2 are matching, because I'm going to cut it shorter anyway. When you determine that and you get it covered with paper, you're going to put some sticky strip on the bottom half of this flap here, because the flap is going to fold one to the front and one to the back, just like you did the other one. You're going to go ahead and peel off your sticky strip on that, and you're going to take your craft cardstock or whatever cardstock you're choosing and you're going to line that up there and press it down. And that's going to create your flap, your first flap. And that's also going to create that little pocket right here. Now you can use hot glue or anything. You don't have to use sticky strips, so I'm just using that because that's what I use. Then you're going to flip the bag over, and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to peel off your sticky strip. You're going to take your piece of craft cardstock or whatever you're using. Make sure this lines up evenly with the piece that you have down already, and adhere that into place. And again, that will make your pocket on this side. Now, I don't want this to show because I don't really like the way that looks. I don't like the way that looks, so I wanted to make a binding for it. To do that, I just cut a 2-inch wide piece of craft cardstock, the same, or you can use, whatever you're using. It's 2 inches, and I put the width by the width of my bag. So that's how it's determined, not including this flap. You just want it to be the width of the center portion of the bag. You're going to score it on the 2-inch side at 7/8, and you're also going to score it at 1 1/4. You want to go ahead and fold those lines. No, you can't see them well, but they're there. You want to fold your score lines and use your bone folder so they're very crisp. You don't want them to be wobbly lines. You want to be very, very crisp because that's going to be the end of your binding. At this point, you could go ahead and edge punch, which I've already gone ahead and done with my piece, so to save some time. And you also want to put some sticky strip or hot glue right here along this edge and this edge. I'm going to go ahead and peel that off. And we're going to go ahead and adhere that right to the bottom that we're covering, opposite the opening of the bag. Press that down really firmly, and there you have a nice finished binding for your I'm trying to get my camera's orientation. You have a nice finished binding for your the edge of your book there. And there you go. That's how you get it. Now with this end, you just determine what length you want your project to be. And I'm going to go with 8 1/2. I'm just going to go ahead and slice that edge right off. And now I have a nice matched edge, and I can go back in with my, with my circle punch and punch out the notch that I want to have right there. Just like that. And there you go. So that's my 2 pages that I came up with. I don't know if anyone's done them before because I've never seen them. And as I said, I was just sitting here trying to figure out what to do with my daughter's smash book, and it's purple, black, and white. So that's what I made to use in her smash book. And then that one led to this one. So there they are. If you have any questions, please let me know. If I confused you in any way, let me know. And I hope you can use these in an upcoming project. It'd be great to see them. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you soon. Bye!